let's do it again. Oh my god, that was funny. Hello Internet, this is Oleg and this is my tech reviews. Today's episode I dedicate to the ads. Actually, not really to the ads, but how to block the ads from your internet experience. When we surf the pages on the internet, the ads are always imminent and they're coming up on most of the web pages as a way of to get some money from the AdSense or to just advertise the product for you in case you would be interested. And they also do tracking for your actual experience as well. If you click on those ads, most likely you're going to have tons of popping up windows offering you something else as well. How would you go from page like this to page like this? How would you go from the something which is not clean, like for example in this particular case speed test? As you can see, it's flooded with the ads and flooded with all these windows giving you just in the middle of the screen the information you would need. But how would you like it if the page would look like this one? So this is now clean, no extra ads. Some of the websites are doing it so aggressively, they even ask you to see the video, and that's why when they open the page sometimes you didn't click anything, but you hear that there is a video playing in the background. And then you scroll down, you will see that there is actual video in a small pop-up window, which is also serving as an ad. So how would you protect you from that? Believe it or not, ads can consume anywhere depends of course how aggressive your sites are in terms of the advertisement, but I see anywhere between 15 to 40% sometimes on some sites which are showing up traffic which is dedicated to actual ads. So how this works? The page which you actually open up is actually constructed that way, so the ads are integrated into that page. And aside from the fact that the page gets its content as intended by the actual viewer to see, you will also see the things which are integrated, which will feed itself of ads pointed into the page, which in fact gonna go to the dedicated websites to get that information and get that presented back to you as an ad. So there are multiple ad blockers available. Most of them are built as filters, and you will see and have to install them on every browser you use on your system. For example, if you're using Chrome, you'll have to get it for Chrome. If you use Safari, you have to get it for Safari, and so on and so forth. If you use an Internet Explorer, that's a different story, but it's it's going to be even worse. So you have to get the thing installed as well. Assuming you got that all covered and you have these things installed, what about your cell phone? What about your iPad or the tablet which you use to surf the internet while you're sitting on the couch? How you protect those from presenting the ads? Or how about your Apple TV? All of those will be feeding the same pages and you will see them. So obviously the solution would be to get something global for your network at home to be protected from the ads floods. There is a solution for this, believe it or not, which would assume that you will get a certain device blocking all this traffic, and you will implement that and put it in front of your network, so between your network and the internet. In that way, every request which is coming from legitimate site will actually pass through and you'll get your content back from that site. But if anything on that page actually requests an ad content, the system will actually deny that and block those packets altogether, send them back address which doesn't point anywhere. In that case it's 0000, which is basically saying we don't know what you're talking about, we basically gonna drop these packets. If the page is constructed as smart enough, then this pop-up window or this square window which you see usually for ads will not be displayed at all, leaving the page clean. But if the page is not very well coded, then you might see either transparent or black square indicating that this is where the ads would have popped up for you, but nothing happened, right? It couldn't get the content, so no content in that page. This video is about how to build this system, how to actually configure it, and there is a surprise for you at the end, so we'll see that. And if you stay till the end, you will hear about that as well. So I suggest you do, because you will definitely benefit from that. Alright, so without any other delays, let's start building that thing. The system is based on device which we'll have to put in front of your network, and it will serve as actual gateway between your systems and request going to the internet and your router, for example. This is going to be my DNS primary server, and it's built on Raspberry Pi Zero, which is a very small computer, and it's powerful enough, yet powerful enough to actually get this software running, and it has connectivity over Wi-Fi, or if you want, we can connect it through micro SD to Ethernet adapter. And my recommendation would be to use this, of course, because this is more solid and you're not dependent on the Wi-Fi slowness or whatever, right? But you can use it with Wi-Fi as well. So we're gonna use this as well. So we're gonna have more solid and constant traffic. On top of that, you would need micro SD card, which is gonna hold the operating system for this Raspberry Pi, because Raspberry Pi Zero is actually got a slot when you can install micro SD card. And on that micro SD card we will have the software. Also, what is going to be required is the cable with this, which is right now here is micro SD connector to USB-A, which will be used to power the Pi. And I'm using this small Apple-based 1 amp adapters. These are small, powerful enough. They don't heat up, don't use much space. So ideal solution for this very small system, which is going to be once installed and put on the site, it's not going to be even noticeable for you. As usual, I'm going to put all the links for the things we feature in this video in the description down below, so you can easily get them on Amazon. It's not a huge price tag for you, but this system is really good and you will benefit from that. So if you're still interested, stay on this video. Let's see how the thing's built. This video is intended for you to actually follow, meaning that I'm going to show you step by step exactly what I'm doing. That's going to be lots of screen recording of the things which I'm doing, how to configure it, how to set it up, and what results you will see at the end. I have that thing running already. I have separate Pi server right here on my desk, which is serving it fine. I see the benefits of this system. I see how much traffic we block, which is dedicated to ads. Believe it or not, it's gonna go sometimes 10, 20. I see sites which actually have even 40% of all traffic going to that site. 40% is blocked because it's ads. So imagine how much internet traffic you will save. If your packet is not like unlimited internet, then you will definitely benefit on that by using less things. So let's do it. Let's go build. That's the original setup. As you can see, I have cable, I have this little micro tiny SD card, which is 8 gig. Yeah, that's the smallest I found. Also, for this thing to work, we will need an adapter. And adapter would be normal SD card to micro SD card adapter. So when you buy micro SD card, it's usually coming up with the adapter as well. Alright, here it is, the adapter. All you have to do is just install that like this, and then it's gonna get connected into your... I have this thing from SanDisk, but actually it can be any SD card reader, and we will need that to put the OS on it. Alright, so let's do unboxing first. We'll see what's going on there. So this is my knife. So let's go open this thing first. So this is what you're gonna get, this kind of kit, and again the links are in the description. So we open this up, and you have this thing first. This is the case which we're gonna put our device. It's actually, in fact, it's that small, and we're gonna use this combo red and this cover. And I also gonna get this tiny little heatsink attached to the actual computer on the CPU. So this is the whole thing. It's right here. This is the Raspberry Pi. So I'm gonna open it up, yank it out, and this is the whole system. As you can see, it's tiny as that, and this is where we're gonna get things going. So as you can see, this is adapter. One of them is just normal USB, the other one is just power USB. This is a mini HDMI or micro HDMI, and this is where you're gonna get micro SD card. So there is a Wi-Fi chip. This is the main processor and memory unit. Everything is integrated into one thing. You're gonna like these small, little, tiny electronic things. And it's going actually very good with and serving the purpose, and it's built very tiny footprint as well, which you can put in this box which this is exactly what we're gonna do. It's got nice Raspberry logo on it. So, and of course we're gonna attach the heatsink to this CPU on top, so to prevent anything like temperature wise, even though it's not heating up much, but yeah, you would like to be protected. Since we got it anyway, why not to attach it? Alright, so this is what we're gonna put it here for now. Also, what you're gonna get in the box is the instructions. So this is the actual kit showing up what to do, how to download and how to install. Again, this is micro USB data port, this is power, this is SCI camera connector, and there's a whole bunch of these connectors here, board, micro SD and mini HDMI. Nothing fancy, very straightforward. Alright, so and inside this block we have power supply as well, I guess. Yeah, so we can use that if you want to. I really don't, but it was coming up in the package, so we're gonna get that going. Alright, so that's it, and now we're gonna go to adapters like this one, right? So let's go open it up. This is only 100 because yeah, it's micro USB, but that should be enough to get things connected, and we're gonna use that also. So let's get that going. Perfect. Alright, so let's go to actual build, and I'm gonna go to screen recording right now, so you will see what we get and where we get it, so we can go ahead and download stuff which is expected. Okay, so this is the actual website. You would need to go in, and first of all, we would need to download the basic OS. So the basic OS for this installation, we have to get it from raspberrypi.org, and I'm gonna put the link to that website in the description as well. We would need the minimum installation. This is this guy here, the Raspbian Buster Lite. So this is the smallest potential install, and that's what we're going to be using for this. So click just download zip file. It will download the zip file, and it's going to be image for the OS, which we'll have to record on the micro SD card, which will be used for this particular install. Okay, so this is the list of the files I have in this directory, which I prepared. And you have to be in root, otherwise we will have to get the permission issues right into device. So let's see what device I have. So for that I would write this qtil list. And the device which I want to use, the one which I put my micro SD card, is this guy here. As you can see, it says right now small drive, it's 8 gig, and I can easily identify it by the name because that's the name I given that device before. And that's the one we're going to be using. So to record images on macOS, it's very easy. If you're using Windows, there are tons of utilities how to do it. You can actually search for that. I prefer, because I'm a Unix guy, so I'm going to do DD. DD will record the image to the disk I want. And here we go. So it's recording right now. Okay, as you can see, this is completed. So this is the message, transferred, done. So we should be good. Right now what we have to do is remount that disk, and there is one directory we'll have to create on it in a root folder, so that will go and allow us to do SSH, so meaning we can go with the terminal once the system is up and running from the Raspberry Pi perspective. This is how we're gonna go ahead and actually log into it to continue with the installation. These steps are not as difficult as they seems. Like all you have to do is just get a terminal window, use PuTTY or something if you are on Windows. If you are a macOS user, just normal terminal will do just right. I'm gonna inject it from my OS system right now on macOS and just reinsert it, so it will get mounted. Okay, I see the disk mounted as it's boot. So if you go and say list, this is the disk right now. Okay, so Windows file partition boot. So we're gonna go there. That's the name of the disk which you will see on your macOS, or if you're on Windows, that's the disk which you're gonna see. So let's go to that location. And this is basically the content of this disk. So what I have to do is just create a directory called SSH. And that will allow me to log in and use SSH for this. That's it. So now we can inject it and start up our system. Once it's started, we'll go and find its IP address. And you can use different network scanner for that because it's going to get DHCP. Okay, as you see right now, I'm connected my Ethernet cable. Here it is. And I also got this LED. It's not very informative, but again, once the system is up and running, you don't really care much. So once the system is booting up, this LED will stop blinking. It's actually become more solid light. And this is micro SD card which we installed, so I just yank it out from my connector and put it here, and that's pretty much all setup we need. Alright, so based on the thing information, I see that my IP address is 192.168.193. So we can see ping 192.168.193. You see it is responding, so it's good. And I also see LED blinking on the actual Ethernet adapter. So I can do right now SSH. And default password for this is Raspberry. As you can see right now, we're inside. So what you can do, you can change your password. All right, so right now we just have to go ahead and install the actual software. And for that, there is a command which will go ahead and fetch the files which we need. That's the command I need. So it's gonna go ahead and start the installation, download the necessary files and actually install them on your Raspberry Pi. That would be the actual ad management tool which you will use, and it will show you the statistics for your how the actual ad blocker working, how effective it is. Okay, right now it's saying that it will actually transform your device into the network-wide blocker, so that's good, that's what you want. Click enter here, and you can donate, of course, if you feel that the software is actually beneficial for you. You can support developers as well and express your gratitude for the good work we've done. Pi-hole need a static IP address, so we're gonna go ahead and set dynamic IP address for now. I'm gonna use Ethernet 0. We can use VLAN 0 as well, that's available, that's a Wi-Fi. But like I said, I prefer to use actual Ethernet connection. You can again change that later, and from the GUI if you decide to change that to actually use Wi-Fi. For now, we're just going to use that. This is the upstream DNS provider. The way it is operated right now, we'll use by default Google DNS servers to search internet and answer your queries when you say, for example, google.com or ibm.com. It will translate that using Google services into actual IP address. There are some other things also. So we're just going to stay with the default, so just click OK here. And these are the actual list of servers which are providing information about directories which would keep track of all the systems which are providing ads. By default, everything is selected. You can unselect those if you don't trust some of them. I by default select all of them and just click OK here as well. We also want to see, like, even though IPv6 is not really that widely used, well, basically there is not much of the control, and but the new modern OS like Windows 10 and latest version of Mac OS and also some version of Linux, they start to use IPv6 more and more. So by default, we want to monitor both protocols. So let's go ahead, click OK here. And it's telling me that my current IP address is 93. On my network, my gateway is 1. Do you wish to install the admin web interface? Yes, we would need that. Otherwise, we would not have web-based control on our installation, and that would be required. Light HTTPD will actually give you access, and the explanation here is telling you that, yeah, you need existing server running, otherwise the web interface will not run. Do you want to run log queries? Yes, we're going to run and log everything. And we're going to show everything as well. What you're going to see on your interface. And of course, you can change the admin access password. And I'm going to show you how to do that once we got things installed. All right, so if you disable statistics, it's not really like any good for you, because it's going to show you the things blocked, but you're not going to know who is abusing device on your network, who is mostly using this and get blocked by the ads. So my recommendation would be to show everything. You can change that again later if you want to. All right, so now it's finishing up, and at the end it will come up with a password, which is temporary password, which we will change right away. Installing packages, yes. So just be patient here. So in this screen, this is very important. So what we're gonna get is this guy here, right? So this is our temporary password, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say OK here. Also, you will see like this is the password and this is the command which we'll have to run. All right, so let's go that. So the new password will be just pi admin. Okay, and now we can go ahead and actually go into the web interface. And that's our interface. What it shows is domain to be blocked. This is current metrics based on statistics. That's so many domains right now providing ads, and you will see these numbers increasing because it's going to constantly read and update that database. So total query from the client, so there is 32 queries from the client, nothing blocked right now. So let's go ahead and explore the options of this menu. So I'm going to go log in. By default, you don't have to log in, but if you log in, you will see more details. So we're going to go and say pi admin, like the password which you specify, and I'm not going to save it. That's the statistics, and you will see more details of what's going on, right? So how many things get accessed and so on and so forth, and also the clients which are using that over time. This is where you want to change things which we discussed during the installation. DNS, that's the DNS which we will use to forward. So if you have your current DNS preferred choice, you can get that going here and specify it here. I'm okay with Google and works for me pretty good. So if you want to update the list of the blog sites or blog domains, you feel that something is missing, you just can go ahead here in the tools and say update gravity. And then you click update, it will go ahead and fetch all the required updates. So you will have a screen indicating that it's successful. And then you will have most up-to-date information about things you need to block, right? And that the system will use that as updated list. You see here, success. It's getting into and saying no changes detected. So we are up to date pretty much on everything. So we're good to go. Now I'm going to show you the information which I have on my live system right now over here. And this is my live system which I'm using right now. So as you can see, this is all, the green line is all DNS requests which are sent off from my network off to the DNS for queries. And the blue portion of it is the ones which are getting ads. And you can see sometimes it's jumping up. Block DNS queries is 31% out of all queries coming at that time from my systems, which is too much. And like the queries block and the recent block percent, 16% of my traffic is pretty much going garbage, requesting ads to be shown to me, which I didn't ask for. That might be difference, but usually we expect that ads to be very low, and we know that that's driving the revenue for most of the companies. The ads, if you're gonna get some ads on the website, you potentially get the clicks and you get paid by the clicks. But at the same time, it's a source for annoyance for most of the people who actually surfing the net. They don't want to see ads. This is why you can implement this system to block them all for all your home network and all your devices. If you want to still see the ads, you can change the DNS to 888 from Google. Instead of pointing your DNS to this particular machine here, like in your case, it's going to be 93, and it will be answered. And if it is legit, it will pass through and you will see your page. If it's actually getting ads, it will get blocked. All right, so that's how it's working. Speed test, speedtest.net. And as you see, these are the most annoying part. This is the ad, this is the ad, this is the ad, this is the ad, this is the ad. Of course, the whole functionality will work. I'm just selecting this website to show you how the difference is going to be. So that's basically the part in the middle. You are only interested in that part. And now we're going back to speed test, for example, .net. You go select that. There is no ads. As you see, the screen is completely free. So you only see the information you have here. That's no ads right now for you here. Also, if you go to for market caps, cryptocurrency, there are usually ads on the side here, like we saw in the beginning. There is no such thing anymore. So everything is filtered out. So the program works as expected. And if you go back to Pi-hole administration, you'll see here on the dashboard that we block a whole bunch of stuff right now. Like 32% of the queries are going to ads, and we block those. All right. So that will conclude the test and the actual setup of this thing. This configuration right now is ready and can be used on your network. Alright guys, so here it is. The system is ready, it's up and running, and this is the surprise I was talking for you in the beginning of this video. And the surprise is as follows. So let's do it this way. If this video will reach 1000 views, we will go ahead and give away that system which we just built. So I'm gonna go into randomizer and basically it will select for me the winner based on the comments and based on the views and likes. And make sure when you're actually gonna get that your profile in YouTube is open, and we will see how to contact you. In that case, I will be in touch with you as a winner, and we will send it to you, like ship it to your address. So in order to be a participant in this giveaway, all you have to do is just like this video, leave one comment, make sure your profile is open and we can see at least your email, so we can send you information and we can negotiate what your address is and how we can send it over to you. And that's pretty much it. And be subscribed to the channel. That's 4 conditions which you have to be adhere to actually be able to participate in this giveaway. And we will announce lucky winner once we reach 1,000 views. I will go ahead and maybe do live session or just randomize that, and you will see the winner name in the section on the comments, which I'm gonna put there once the giveaway happens. Alright, so also follow me on social media, the links are gonna be below as well. This is where I'm gonna be advertising the winner as well for Instagram, for example. On my page you will see that the giveaway happened and this is the winner, and so on and so forth. Anyway, if you like this video, you know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you have a bell clicked, so when the next technical review video will be actually shot, you will be notified when there is a new video waiting for you to watch. Also, make sure you share the news, make sure you share it with your friends, and more people will join the channel, so it's actually going to be beneficial for you as well. And with that, I'm gonna sign off, and I see you in the next tech review very soon. Peace.